my bubble. Welcome. You ever wonder what's behind your bubble? You can just turn around, right? No. That's not how it works. When you turn around, you're moving the bubble. It's a really silly thing. Like, it's how it is, though. It's like Laura was saying last night, or Laura. The bubble is, it's like a cocoon. It's a cocoon of ignorance, and the problem is that anything that wants to come poking in and fucking your bubble, it can do it because you don't remember or you don't know. So then you're all in all kinds of pain and things like that. You gotta put some security on your bubble. It's probably infested with everything. Your bubble is infested with everything. You have every disease under the sun. And if you see all kinds of chaos in the bubble, then that means it's infested with everything. It means you need to clean house a bit. Mine has subsided to monotony for the most part, which I think is a good one. It's a good step. But, you know, if warfare is going on in your bubble, if people are punching each other in the face, all these kind of things are happening, then you need to update your bubble perimeter security. It means things are coming in there. Security. Things will attack. In the world of the infinite, when all that you can see has been condensed down to, you know, like this, what does that mean? It means you're not seeing anything. It means you have condensed down into seeing literally nothing. And we like it. We do like it. But it's also frustrating at the same time. We want to have our pie and eat it too. And that's never a good thing. And it's never possible. Not in this realm. I mean, not in this stop form bubble. Probably in other spaces it is possible to have your pie and eat it as well. I mean, it's essentially a Schrodinger's cat sort of thought experiment. Because in that, the cat is dead and alive at the same time. So why couldn't a pie be in your stomach and outside at the same time? You know? I don't know. It's got to be possible. Cats aren't necessarily smart. They're just really fast. They're just jumpy, you know? They're like, you can poke a cat and it will just bang. They're like wound up springs with claws. bubble management, right? You gotta manage your bubble. You gotta first recognize that you're in a fucking bubble. And that you're not in a universe, you're in a bubble. It's your bubble. It's nobody else's, it's yours. It travels with you. You're always in the direct center of it. Look, I'm in the direct center. Always. It's not even a universe properly, it's just simply a bubble. And then it coincides with other bubbles, and they meet and exchange info every once in a while. Otherwise, it's just yours and the nature. And you're also excluded from vast amounts of information. Very large swaths of information are you excluded from. So you have to make your way through this bubble with having virtually no information, you know, kind of like to play with your fingertips, because it's all like, I do this a lot, but it's underneath the surface, right? So you gotta move around the bubble with virtually no information whatsoever. And that requires trust. And it always goes back to being trusting in the larger, trusting in whatever is managing your bubble. Whether it's your higher self, or whether it's God, or whether it's the Holy Spirit, or whether it's, you know, the ghost of Tupac. Whoever it is, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But you still have to trust in that which you can't see, which is faith. But you don't have to trust in an evil boogie monster god that hates you. Do you have to trust in that? I always saw it as an option. So you gotta explore your bubble. Know that it's programmed already. It's been programmed since your arrival in the bubble. And know also that you are capable of overriding that programming. All of it, not just a little bit of it. But the means by which you override this programming, you may not be privy to. So in that aspect, that's where you're going to be exploring. And meditating is good. Always. Meditating always is good. Because in every moment that you're existing, you're having a relationship with your bubble. So you're getting to know it better. You're getting to know how it relates to you, what it likes to put in front of your face, things like that. How it likes to animate the scenery, whether it likes to rain on you or not, things like that. What kind of people it wants to throw at you, whether it wants to throw people at you at all. Maybe it doesn't throw anybody at you. Maybe you just wander in your bubble all by yourself for a long time. I do that sometimes. I kind of prefer that, because lots of people here are a bit batty, or else non-present. And not that I can't do batty or non-present, but I don't prefer it. I prefer people that are non-batty and present, and those ones are in short supply. So I wander around, you know, in the bubble. But at the minimum, I have gotten my bubble to like me, and I like it. So it's not always trying to murder me, basically. I'm still beginning in my own exploration. I'm not any bubble master by any stretch of the imagination, but I do, I've learned how to float it, you know, just a little bit, like float on over this way, float on over this way, bump into someone else's bubble. It's just bubbles, it's bubbles bumping into each other. It's a fucking soap bath.